Christians were rather successful and do well. I'm talking about the diaspora that's like here in the United States and in Latin America for the most part. They tend to do really well, even where there's no jizya. They tend to.
But that's
I would say in a very similar way to Jews, they do better than the native-born population with our existing rules.
Because during the years under which they were living in Islamic, territories, they were wealthier and so more educated. And so when they migrated out, they were the cream of the crop that left these places and went to other places that, and especially in the case of Latin America and the Caribbean, didn't have that many educated people, or proportionately speaking, right? So they came with wealth and education and were able to integrate because they were Christian, and they have been here for a long time, so they have communities in place. If you ask anyone from the Caribbean, they'll tell you that the Syrians are actually like kind of the Jews of the Caribbean, especially places like Trinidad and Tobago. They're the 1%.
Look, I'm honestly sick and tired of people justifying jizya and everything else like that.
I didn't justify anything.
And everything else like that. Wait, just let me laugh. If the jizya was imposed on people, and the Jews are no longer the Dhimmis of the Muslim world. They're no longer the Dhimmis. They have their own country called the State of Israel. And I'm so glad it exists, because I cannot imagine being born before a State of Israel exists and everything else like that. It exists right now. They've defended this up. They've destroyed Iran. They've destroyed Lebanon. They've fucked up Yemen. They've fucked up Gaza. Gaza is a fucking hellhole because they started everything that they're doing. And right now, all these grifters on the right, on the left, they're like, Gaza this. Like, they have nothing to talk about right now. I'm a proud Zionist, and I'll always be a proud Zionist, because I think Zionism is a good thing. It brought the Jewish people together, and it brought them together in such a very, very good way, because they have so many enemies that they have to deal with, especially in the area, especially Syria, especially Lebanon.
Jordan, dedicate this show tonight to Charlie Kirk.
I just think that it's a horrible thing that the Jewish people had to go through. I mean, they won the war in 1948 with Holocaust survivors. These Arab in-bed Muslims cannot even defeat Holocaust survivors. That goes to show you and tell you everything you need to know. And the United States had a weapons embargo on the State of Israel till 1967. So when these Arab in-bed Muslims come and be like, Intifada forever. Intifada doesn't mean just the State of Israel. It means America. It means England. It means New Zealand. It means Australia. It means every other country that has to do with this. Their goal, why do you think these Muslim Arabs and other people, leftists, are not happy about the peace treaty? Because their goal was never a ceasefire. Their goal was the destruction of the State of Israel. And then when they realized yesterday they're not going to have a destruction of the State of Israel, they stopped tweeting. They stopped posting. They stopped putting on Instagram. They stopped putting on Facebook. They stopped putting on everything else. These motherfuckers, their only goal was ever to destroy the State of Israel. That's it. I'm sick and tired of these people be like, that's the way it is. So I think after Monday, when the hostages come home, you're gonna have to find something new to talk about, because the State of Israel is not going anywhere. And they fought like lions. They destroyed Iran. God bless the United States of America. God bless President Trump. And what are you going to say now? You're going to be like, I'm going to go back to work. But there's nothing you can do. Israel is here to exist, and there's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing.
What's the topic? What are you guys talking about? Just generalized shit, like about how people aren't successful over there, but they go other places, they become successful. Like, what's the point of this room?
He's trying to justify why the Zion shit like is being these piece of shit, trying to justify why they occupy Palestine.
It's Palestine. You can't say P. You can't say P.
Listen.
What's wrong with you? You can't say Palestine, not Palestine. You can't say P. What's wrong with you?
Listen. If you think that,
Kitover, how's your campaign going?
It's good. We're at almost 1,200 signatures. We're going to be on the ballot March 17th, 2026. And I'm ripping Darren LaHood a new asshole hour by hour, day by day on X, YouTube, etc.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, whoever's talking.
Thank you. So, I'm saying the following. If you think that you have an ally in the design shit, you can go and ask them to give you a land, whether it's in the USA or in India or anywhere on earth. I don't give a fuck, actually. And when you talked about the jizya, like, I know you are ignorant, so I have to give you a little bit of education.
I'm telling you facts. I'm not ignorant.
Don't interrupt me. I'm saying the following. You don't know what the jizya is talking about and who it does go on. Like, is jizya should be applied on the women? No, it's not. Is it on the children? No, it's not again. Is it on the elder people? It's not again. Is it on the priests? Again, it's not. It's only goes to the men who can fight. That's who can. That's who can jizya go on to. Only these people who are men and can and their age is suitable to go to combat.
So in a pre-industrialized society, the vast majority of working class.
Again. What's the point of jizya?
When you got all these bands, welcome to Canada, bitch. You can't take it with you. Turn up, find me.
Okay. So again,
The point of the jizya is a tribute to make them feel belittled.
The jizya is to for the Muslims.
يدفعوا وهم صاغرون صح؟
Listen.
صاغرون.
Listen. The jizya.
I'm just quoting the Quran here, man.
Okay, listen. The jizya is for the non-Muslims, so the Muslims can protect them. Like if a foreign nation now came to attack the Muslims gonna defend the non-Muslim.
Well, do you want me to quote the Quran?
Listen, let me finish. When Andalus, which has been now fall to the non-Muslims, what did the Jews do? Jews gone to the south, and they gone to Morocco. And what the first thing they did when they got to Morocco, they said to the Muslims, we want to pay the jizya, which is something so low than the taxes that you pay now. And the point about taxes is mentioned even in the Bible. Like, I don't know, why are you rejecting something that's even mentioned in the Bible itself? But anyway, we are talking about this Zion piece of shit over here, which is Ashik. If you think you own the land...
Shut the fuck up, bro. What are you gonna do?
No. You're the one shut the fuck up and don't interrupt. No. Piece of shit.
What are you gonna do about it?
Keep it quiet till I finish, you piece of shit, okay?
What are you gonna do about it?
Don't interrupt me, you budget. With your Indian voice, I will...
Are you afraid you can't even say P? It's Palestine, not Palestine.
Listen.
But you can't even say the word P?
Budget.
Are you so retarded?
Budget.
Kasumkum.
Alaikum kasumkum. Kwaritak Matilex. I'm done with this guy.
ما انا اقدر اقول لك قصتهم كمان عادي انا شخص عربي يعني. Anyway, budget. I bet you worship the shit that came out from animals. But you sound like Indian. I know what budget. Anyway, if you think you own the land because your God, which is the British treaty that said you can have Palestine. If you think that your God gave you this land 3,000 years ago, who lived before 3,000 years ago?
It's Palestine, not Palestine. You can't even
It's Palestine. It's Palestine, you piece of shit. Then keep quiet till I finish.
Wait, the Quran actually says the land was given to Bnei Israel. And if Bnei Israel does not enter the Holy Land, then they would be cowards. But they did enter the Holy Land.
Bro,
You saw it.
And
Fucking go.
Don't interrupt me, piece of shit. Don't interrupt me.
Interrupt me.
Don't
Say
interrupt me.
Say Palestine. Say Palestine, not Palestine. You can't even say the word P, you terrorist Kusumkum lover. Say Palestine, not Palestine. Fucking retarded Arabic Kusumkum motherfucker.
There's been a
You
jam.
motherfucker piece of shit.
Say Palestine. Say Palestine.
Say it with a P. Say Palestine, not Palestine.
Not
P.
Not-
P.
but not it's Palestine,
He's fucking
a
retarded.
fake made up country.
You know why we can't say it? Because
It doesn't exist, Jack. It's not real.
It's not real. The letter P doesn't exist in that fucking language. So come here and say Palestine, you retard motherfucker.
Where does the land of Israel exist in the Bible?
Retard motherfucker.
You giant shit piece of shit. The land of Israel doesn't exist.
You pussy.
Where does it exist in the Bible? Prove me from the Bible or the Quran.
Allah says in the Quran. Allah says Jerusalem 13 times in the Holy Quran, and He says it so many more times. He says Jerusalem. He never mentions Mecca. He never mentions Palestine. You retarded fuck ever. Palestine doesn't exist.
And what you mentioned in the Quran, you ignorant.
Allah is a Zionist. Wait a second. You don't realize that Allah is a Zionist? That's why
What's
you
mentioned?
where you go. You don't know that Allah is a Zionist.
Listen, you giant shit. What's mentioned in the Quran? What's mentioned in the Quran is Banu Israel. Means sons of the prophet. Sons of the prophet. It's not a land. It's not a land. Sons of Israel, which means sons of the prophet. Israel, peace be upon him. He's a man. It's not a land. Like how dumb you can be.
Not too busy for Campari parties, obviously.
Hey, Habibi, I have a question for you.
I'm not your Habibi.
Hold on, Habibez. Let me ask you a question. Why is it that Allah sends newborn babies to hellfire?
Good question. Never thought of that.
What was your question again? Say it again.
Why does Allah send newborn babies to hellfire, to Jahannam?
It's Hashem, bro.
And where is that in the Quran?
It's in a hadith, and it's Sahih, and it's Sunan Abi Dawud 47:17. And it says, and for the woman who buries her newborn baby alive, the mother and the baby both go to Jahannam.
Show me the reference. You don't just.
That's a great question.
Hold on, a check, stop pressure. It's in Sunan Abi Dawud, Sunan Abi Dawud 4717.
This room's really going down.
I know. We're gonna show that Allah sends babies to hell.
There goes the neighborhood. Yo, all dogs go to heaven though, right, guys?
They do.
Okay,
All Palestinians go to hell.
You said Sunan Dawood
Wow, what the
4747.
fuck?
Yeah, Sunan Abi Dawud 4717.
I'd rather be by myself.
Can you read it for us, Aki?
Wait, I'm gonna. What's the reference called?
Aki, just read it.
I don't think he's an Arab, bro. He sounds like
No,
South
he's like
Asian.
Pakistani or something.
Yeah, South Asian. You gotta beat him at his level.
Hello, what are we talking about? And what is the purpose of this conference call? What are you gentlemen
What is
talking
going
about?
on? What the fuck?
Let me answer.
Yeah.
Keep quiet. Go on mute. Now, you made a claim without any reference. You gave me a reference, Sunan Abu Dawood 4747, and I put the reference in the chat. It doesn't talk about anything that you said. Like, why the fuck do you keep lying about Islam? Why the fuck do you keep lying?
You don't listen. 4717.
A vaccination day for years.
4717. Never said you don't listen.
To defeat Darren LaHood. This
Yo,
is
Rich, why you do
magic.
that shit, man?
Alright, Amir reported the messenger of Allah may peace be upon him as saying, the woman who buries alive her newborn girl and the girl who is buried alive, both will go to hell. This tradition has been transmitted from Ibn Masud, from the Prophet, may peace be upon him.
Did you
Take the same effect through
Is
a
it-
different chain of narration.
Is it a metaphor or is it literal?
Al-Albani.
Hellfire or heaven? I don't get it.
Is it on the metaphor or is it for real? Is this like literal or
If you
is?
bury it alive, you're gonna go to hell.
No, the baby goes to hell too.
Okay, are you finished?
Were you not listening? Okay, hold on. Amir reported the messenger of Allah, may peace be upon him. The woman who buries alive her newborn girl and the girl who is buried alive, both will go to hell.
Can you post pipe mentioned?
Are you finished? So I can answer. So I can reply. Yeah. So the hadith here talks. Keep quiet.
Yalla. Yalla rajid Allah, man. Yalla.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Can you shut the fuck up for a second so I can answer? Now, I'm saying the following. When the hadith talk about the mother and her daughter, the scholars say this daughter is kafir according to what? Because she's old, she rejected Islam, and she's dead.
It's
so
a
she
baby.
died. No.
It's a baby.
Listen. The hadith is what? The hadith is what? Hadith is no.
Listen, it says the woman who buries alive her newborn girl. It is a newborn baby. It just came out of her pussy, her farge. And then she buries it. And the mother and the baby, it says, will both go to hellfire. Jesus.
No. Again, listen. If you're gonna say something about hadith, you see it in Arabic language.
It says newborn. Listen, I'm gonna trust the Quranic scholars. I'm gonna trust the Islamic scholars in Riyadh to translate it better than some fucking jahil on fucking Clubhouse. Okay? So when they want to write it in English, and they write the woman who buries alive her newborn baby girl, and the girl who is buried alive, both will go to hell.
Are you finished?
So maybe they should have said, "Oh, it's an old woman and her mother."
Listen.
They didn't even say a child. They said their newborn baby.
Okay,
it's literally baby just came out of her pussy.
I gave you the hadith reference in Arabic language. It does say what? It says al-wa'idatu wa.
Yo, just got muted in this bitch, man.
Can you read the second part, Rich?
Oh, yes. It says, Amir reported the messenger of Allah, may peace be upon him. The woman who buries alive her newborn girl and the girl who is buried alive, both will go to hell. This tradition has been transmitted from Ibn Masud, from the Prophet, may peace be upon him, to the same effect through a different chain of narrators.
Did you just say peace be upon Muhammad, the Prophet? How dare you? How dare you insult our Prophet like this?
John, it's camel piss. It's camel piss.
I can give you guys.
This is hate speech and bigotry and religious intolerance and Islamophobia. I am reporting you to Clubhouse and your accounts will be removed. How dare you say this about our Prophet? Allahu Akbar!
You guys are fighting.
He's joking around, Jack.
I'm gonna just let you guys go.
I'm with retarded people over here now.
Habibi, so do you agree that the baby goes out?
Indeed.
The only thing I agree is the hadith in the Arabic that I give you reference to in the chat. And it says al-wa'idatu wal-maw'uda. It doesn't say talk about specific age. Al-wa'ida wal-maw'uda. Like if I had a child now and I buried this child, it doesn't say anything about his age. Al-wa'ida wal-maw'uda. Doesn't talk about
That's why the translators who study the Quran and Hadith in Arabic at a scholarly level for 30, 40 years, they know less than you when they translate. So it's a mistake. It's a mistake on the translators who are experts.
The scholars that you're talking about. I give you the reference to what scholars
baby go to hell?
So
again, the baby
you guys love explaining shit away, bro. This is why so many Muslims today are becoming Quranic only.
Rich,
And they don't accept the hadith and the tafsir.
We're gonna have a lot of
Because all these different hadiths have Muhammad sucking his grandson's penis. It has Muhammad fucking his dead aunt. It has Muhammad getting rode by the 9 Al-Zut men out in the desert, which you'd say, oh, those are demons. No, they're Al-Zut men. The Al-Zut men exist today.
Again, you're not addressing.
And then you also have, like, in Sahih al-Bukhari 4428, narrated Aisha, you have Muhammad dying from poison by the hand of a Jewish woman. Her name is Zainab. Not Zainab, the one that he married, not the one that he...
Rich, though, what point are you making? I'm not...
Oh, I was making the point. That that's why so many Muslims are becoming Quran only, because they don't want to read the hadith that talks about Muhammad sucking his grandson's penis or licking a little boy's outfit, their underwear to see their pubic hair and shit.
The reference is what, your imagination?
We have actual like reasonings behind it. And we also say that it's descriptive when it's talking about the Tanakh. It's descriptive, which means it's talking about things that people did, which were bad and they shouldn't have done, or they actually went against the will of God. Like God tells Abraham, "Don't fucking leave here," and Abraham's like, "Nope, I'm gonna tap out. I don't have any fucking food and water. I'm going to Egypt." Then he goes and lies about his wife, about Sarah, and then God still blesses him by allowing Pharaoh to fucking the king to fucking still give him all that fucking shit and come back with. So like even through his disobedience, what it's showing there is even through Abraham. Hold on, Habibi. Even I'm answering the Beaver. Even through his disobedience, God can still work His majesty and glory. These are descriptives of what you should not do, and then Jesus is prescriptive, meaning what you should do. Like all the prophets in the Tanakh did terrible shit.
What about Job? He did everything right, and then he was waged in a... Wasn't he waged in a bet with the devil?
Oh, that was God. That was the devil betting against God, yeah.
Oh, so I guess it's okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. God can do whatever He wants. God can make a point. He can prove whatever He wants.
I'm going to wager the devil that I can get you to remain faithful, and I'm going to give you all this pain and suffering, and you would have no problem with that.
If you're God, it's up to you. You can, okay, Beaver, you gotta understand. Hold on, Beaver. Here's the thing, though. Beaver, God doesn't owe us anything. If God wants to wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna wipe out all these fucking idiots. He has the right and power and authority to do that. He created all this. I mean, He was gonna wipe out Israel.
Funny, there's a cute joke about Islam without addressing the Muslim in the room. Like, how the fuck? How?
Exactly, and how dare you insult Prophet Muhammad, you bastard? How dare you say these terrible things? I am reporting you to Clubhouse. I am having your account terminated. You are Islamophobic, racist, and bigoted.
Miguel. Come on, Michael. Come up here and tell us.
You gotta
tell us about your service in the military. How you hate America. And you hate the government.
What do you know about Israel?
And you hate Jews and Israel.
What do you know?
Michael.
Look at this white trash.
Midwit Michael.
I'm a Jew. My
Midwit Michael. Palestinian. Freedom Palestine.
One at a time.
Free Palestine.
Literally can't have a serious conversation with this fucking cracker. This fucking cracker can't have a serious conversation.
Yeah, my God.
You're mentally retarded, bro. You're mentally retarded. I would fucking stomp in your face. So retarded.
You're such a big tough shot.
Let me know, bro. I'm a big man. I'm intellectually even bigger than John Rich.
How fucking retarded?
You're a fucking moron.
Stop
fucking talking. No one wants to hear you. Rich, if anybody wants to hear Rich in this room, thumbs up.
Get it, Check. Get it.
Thumbs up. Anybody wants to hear Rich. Fuck you.
All right, just let Mikhail speak.
Go ahead, Michael.
Rich, you're a retard. Everybody knows it. I bet you everybody here thinks you're a retard. Now, that's it. I just want to say that Rich is a retard. That's it.
Shouldn't you be celebrating that the genocide is over, Mikhail? Because like, shouldn't you be celebrating?
Listen,
I want to go through John Kitover's recordings and find all the terroristic shit and send it to the FBI.
Don't talk to me, you fucking Hindu garbage. Go fucking clean your river. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me.
Get the
Don't
fuck
talk
out
to
of
Hindu
here.
garbage. Go worship your plastic or your fucking beef. Go find a cow to worship so you can bless it so I can eat it after.
He's South Sudanese.
South Sudanese or whatever.
Wrong country there.
Oh my
Same
God,
shit. He sounds pretty Indian. Take the fucking mic. Take your dick out of your fucking mouth when you talk to me.
I feel sorry for
Take your dick out of your mouth when you talk to me. Take your dick out of your mouth, you fucking South Sudani garbage. You fucking tree swinger. How the fuck, how's your little independence going now that you guys are fucking killing each other since you got into business? How's it now? How's it now? Why aren't you over there? Why aren't you over there? Why aren't you over there?
You gotta fix your mic.
Why aren't you over there? Why aren't you over there, nigger? Why aren't you over there?
Hey, why did you say the N-word? Why must you use such racist terminology, Mikhail? You're such a bastard. You are such a cocksucker.
The one without mention, John. The fucking craziest on Health Club. The one that we need to start a GoFundMe page.
You use the N-word. You promote terrorism. You promote terror. You are a terrorist bastard, Mikhail. Go fix your laptop. Go fix your laptop in your mommy's garage.
You want to pretend like you're a Semite, but we all know you're an Anglo-Slav mutt that you don't know anything about.
You should fix your goddamn
Judaism
and everything else like that.
Look at John. John, I'm a Jew. I'm a Semite. I worship the God of Abraham, but I don't know shit. I need to go to a mental institution. I'm John.
In Gaza? Huh? Yeah.
Oh, we won. We won. What are you talking about? We fucking destroyed these guys. I told you guys we're gonna win. Shut the fuck up, you South Sudani garbage. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me, you South Sudani garbage. I don't want to hear you, fucking dumbass.
Wait, Mikhail, what do you mean you guys won? What do you mean?
Oh, he's just.
Oh, we won. We literally defeated these motherfucking pretenders. These fucking boys.
By surrendering?
Godless. Surrendering. No one surrendered. Everybody knows BB wants the war to continue.
You're gonna have all the Arab countries, and including Indonesia, in fucking Palestine.
Shut the fuck up, you.
They're gonna fucking go in there and they're gonna start lopping all the fucking heads off.
Wait, Rich, let them explain. I want to hear how they won.
They did.
Anybody gonna listen to a cracker tell you about the Middle East? No one wants to listen to some cracker living in Maine fucking telling you about the Middle East.
Shut the fuck up.
You live in California.
Listen to a fucking 2 meter tall fucking noodle of a nigger. No one
I'm taller than you, bro. I'm taller than you.
I'm reporting you for using the N-word and calling Achek N-word. You are a bastard. How dare you be so racist?
Shut up, you fake Jew. Shut up, you fake Semite. Shut the fuck up.
Go blow yourself up, you dumb cunt.
Now, let's go back. How did we win?
Who wants to listen to some guy from California?
Yeah, my name is Mikhail. I survived the Intifada, and now I repair laptops.
Give Mikhail 30 seconds, and then you get 30 seconds, Rich. Please don't interrupt him.
I'm an actual Semite. I'm J1. I'm literally, you go look at your priest, you're gonna find their blood in my blood. You're a fucking cracker. If any of you guys who claim to be Jews or the descendants of Semites, our beautiful bronze skin and our godly incarnation, if you think so, go take a DNA test, Rich. All you have to do is prove us wrong, but I promise you're an R1B fucking yogurt mutt. That's what you are. Now, going back to John, also the same thing, mutt. Anyways, how did we win the war? We won the war because Netanyahu, because the fucking Israelis, the fake Israelis, the Edomites, they literally announced their mission objective. What did they announce? They said they were going to take over Gaza. They were going to ethnically cleanse Gaza. They're going to wipe out Hamas from the face of the earth. They're going to get their hostages unilaterally without conditions. This is what they...
Wait, Netanyahu said he was going to ethnically cleanse Gaza?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you R1P Edomite. Anyways, now... Did they accomplish any of this? No, they did not accomplish any of this. Is there going to be a negotiation over the prisoners? Yes, there is. Is there going to be a clear principle towards a Palestinian state, which Trump is going to sign and the Israelis are going to sign? Yes. So Netanyahu, for the last almost 20 years now, since the 90s, has been advocating that there will never be a Palestinian state. Today, not only do we have these G7 countries who recognize Palestine, but they themselves are now partaking in these negotiations and this deal, and it's been made very clear that there will be a Palestinian state. So Netanyahu took an L on that one. So there will be a Palestinian state. Is Hamas going to be exiled from Gaza? No. Is Hamas going to be wiped out? No. Is Hamas going to surrender their weapons? No, except that they might surrender the plastic rockets, the attrition rockets that they've been firing, and these fucking fake Israelis have been complaining about. So they're just gonna give them back. That's the best way to troll these motherfuckers. Is hand them up a bunch of 100 PC. Oh god.
You're saying this was all for naught, no progress was made. They didn't meet their objectives. Correct? That's what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely. Netanyahu's career is done. They didn't meet objectives. The only thing that you could say, the only thing that they're going to tell you is that, oh, but we got our prisoners. Yeah, but that wasn't the mission objective. Your mission objective was unconditional release of prisoners. That's what your mission objective was. That was not accomplished. Anybody can look this up. You can go back to when Israel declared the war on Gaza, what were their mission objectives? And you be honest with yourself and compare whether they've been achieved or not.
All right, Rich, how do you respond to this?
Oh, yeah, they're going to release all the Israeli hostages. We're going to release, the majority of them are just a bunch of fucking dipshits who are aligned with fucking Hamas. I think there's like 20 or 25 of them that are actual fucking terrorists. The ones that were active in October 7th deaths and stuff like that are not being released. It's just the ones that we picked up during the fucking war and shit like that. We're going to release those shitheads back. And then Indonesia's coming in with a policing force. They're going to have their military there. It's supposed to be, Qatar and a couple other countries are supposed to be sending in their fucking soldiers. And they're pretty much going to fucking police Gaza. And when Hamas, they're going to have their fucking rifles and shit. And they're going to give up their rockets. So they're not going to be able to launch fucking rockets. And if they do, the fucking Indonesians and the fucking, the Qataris and shit are going to go in and fucking just obliterate them. Like, you think that the fucking Jews were fucking bad? The IDF was bad? How they fucking targeted? Of course they did.
This guy thinks Qatar is going to attack Gaza. What the fuck, man?
So what's going to end up happening is you're going to have
Beaver.
You're going to shut the fuck up, you faggot.
Hold on, let Rich finish.
Exactly. Thank you. Shut your mouth, fucking kike. And so
what?
So yeah, you're a J1, remember? So
you're not a J1.
No, your fucking family was converted to Islam by force, probably. So shut the fuck up.
Yours what? Yours was fucking worse.
Beaver, you gotta control this fucking chip.
Yeah, but you got him going when you called him whatever you called him.
Oh, kike. It's like the equivalent of the N-word.
Oh, bro, go ahead. Call me that. You just insulting yourself.
No, actually not.
You wish you were a real kike.
You're a Jew, so am I.
No, Jews are Semites. The real Jews are Semites.
All right, so getting back to what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by this terrorist-supporting piece of shit. The reality is that you're going to have
this guy.
You're going to have the Qataris. You're going to have the fucking Indonesians. You're going to have all these fucking military in there. And if you think that the fucking Jews, the IDF, were fucking bad, imagine when Hamas tries to actually fuck around. They're going to start lining people up in the middle of fucking Gaza, and they're going to pull out a scimitar, and they're going to cut each one of their fucking heads off in the middle of the fucking street. It's going to be live televised, and then everybody in the entire world's going to go, oh shit, the IDF was actually being pretty nice. Because I'm telling you, these Indonesian fucking special forces guys that they're going to send over there are going to lop all their fucking heads off if they get out of line. There's literally going to be a fucking Muslim fucking police force there fucking policing Gaza for the rest of the fucking time. Until they decide 50, 60 years from now that Gaza has became this fucking utopia and there's like no more fucking violence there, then maybe the fucking Indonesians and the Qataris will fucking leave. But for the next like 40, 50 years, they're going to be in there just cutting everybody's fucking heads off and blasting everybody. And it's going to be fucking hysterical because Hamas is not going to fucking control themselves.
So you're saying Hamas is going to be basically slipped at the knee and not going to be able to do shit?
They're going from a war to being put in a prison with prison guards. That's all it's happened. You're literally going to have the Indonesian military and the Qatari government, the military, and other fucking militaries that are going to be there. There's like 3 or 4 countries that are aligning and agreeing to fucking go over there and fucking police this shit. And they're going to literally be prison guards. Like, you want to call it an open-air prison before, now it's literally going to be an open-air prison. And I'm telling you, any of these motherfuckers get out of line, and they'll just line them up and fucking shoot them right in the middle of the street.
Well, I hope that this shit is over with forever.
Oh, yeah. Don't get it under control.
What about all the kids that they watch their family members, all the resentment that has been bred over the last 2 years, all the anger and the hate? Don't you think that's going to rise up in a few years from now?
I think when you have a heavy police force like the CCP, and in essence is what it's going to be like, that they'll quelch all that fucking shit. Every time they do all this radicalization shit, they'll drag people out of fucking houses and fucking shoot them in the back of the heads. Because they're not going to take the chance of fucking this deal up in this situation.
Well, I hope you're correct. If I bring this guy back up here?
Yeah, I'm going to go into the gas station and get something to drink. Right. You can bring that terrorist supporting piece of shit up. And also, I did do my DNA test, and it's J2 haplogroup, so suck my dick.
All right, no interruptions.
Fucking Greek or Armenian. Congratulations. Anyways, yeah. Well, who the fuck heard of Indonesian special forces? Like, what do you think?
What about this
Oh, good God. Can you shut the nigger up? Thank you. Oh, my God. If we wanted to talk about... no one cares about fucking South Sudan. You can go look up South Sudan's statements when Netanyahu was considering ethnically cleansing the Palestinians in Gaza to South Sudan, and them rolling their eyes on that one. You can go look that up. Anyways, if anybody really believed what this clown is saying, you must be lower IQ. Like, you don't need to even, you need to go... you guys need institutions if you guys believe this guy. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. No one believes Indonesian special forces. There's most likely going to be some peacekeeping forces, most likely aligned with the UN. If any, I doubt Israel would even allow it, But if it is, it's bad for Israel, because none of these demands that you see that are being discussed right now are new. These are demands that have been discussed since 2006. The ones who wanted a technocratic government was Hamas. The one who wanted a technocratic government that would transition to elections was Hamas. And the one that wants a unified government that represents all the Palestinians in the territories and abroad was Hamas. And this has been demanded since 2006, 2007. Anybody can look into this. Technocratic government, elections, and a unified government has always been the demand of the government in Gaza. The reason this hasn't happened was Netanyahu sending the money to Gaza via Qatar, which Qatar wasn't doing it for the sake of Netanyahu, to delay this inevitable stage, which is going to be a wipeout of Gaza to take out Hamas and just neutralize it. And Qatar was willing to send this money, so it would delay this inevitable scenario. But
you repair laptops for a living and talk 24 hours on social audio.
Hamas couldn't get to the money wasn't enough to run all of Gaza. That's one, especially while there was a siege, and this just kept deteriorating over time. So it just kept getting worse over the years, and we reached 50% unemployment. Again, half the population is like under 18. 50% unemployment. And our medical services, we have no extensive medical care. So people get cancer or any of those diseases that require intensive care, they're dying. They're usually dying on the border, or they're dying in Gaza. So we also have that issue. And also a lot of people who are the base of Hamas, they didn't like Hamas's commitment towards a political career, or a political path. So they thought Hamas was pretty much done with the whole armed resistance and commitment against Israel, and they committed to a political path. And that was losing Hamas their base. So eventually, over time, Hamas, it most likely would have been an uprising against Hamas in Gaza, or it would have been a civil war. So that's why this all took place, to push us back to the original goal, which was a technocratic government, elections, and a unified government. And once we get that unified government, then Netanyahu doesn't have any excuses of where we don't have anybody to negotiate. Oh, look at the Palestinians, they're politically divided. That's why we can't talk about
You had a unified government, and they attacked on October 7th and killed 1,500 people.
Fact check this. Anybody can look up since 2007 what have been the demands, what have been the negotiations, and you can look up Tony Blair. Tony Blair was involved in 2007 as well. So none of this is new. None of these guys are popping out the full.
Exactly, you're not saying anything new. Typical McHale bullshit.
News. All of this is old news.
Israel's in a stronger position now than it was before October 7th?
Oh, Beaver. So Indonesia has pledged 20,000.
Wait, hold on. Let him answer that, then you can go, Rich, real quick.
Okay, cool, yeah.
What'd you say, Mako?
Again, if you want to assess whether Israel got its way or not, all you have to do is assess what was Israel's position and what was their vision prior to October 7th.
I'm not saying they got their way. I'm just asking you, like, if you think they're in a stronger position.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If Israel's position is that to prevent a two-state solution because it's an existential threat that leads towards the demographic annihilation or insecurity of Israel, then no, they absolutely failed. Because today the world is seriously talking about a two-state, and they are going to force Israel to accept a two-state. And they are most likely going to have mechanisms.
Don't you know you win a war by having your entire city blown up? Hundreds of thousands killed?
I'll just land. Okay. If there were foreign security forces put in Gaza, this is the worst thing for Israel because now they can't harass Gaza. Gaza only has up to go. That's it. And that is really that.
That's right. It's only up from the bottom.
Hold on, John. There must be a reason. So you're done, Miguel. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate that. Indonesia, move him to the audience, Beaver, if he comes on. So Indonesia has pledged 20,000 soldiers. Then you have Italy, Azerbaijan, Qatar, and then there's other countries that are considering coming into it. So if they send in these soldiers as a peacekeeping, what does a peacekeeping entail? So it entails them carrying around fucking rifles. And if people fuck around, they're going to find out. So, like I said, when they find these little enclaves in these fucking apartments talking about, oh, this is how we're going to attack the Jews on Monday, and somebody fucking snitches on them because they don't want to go back into fucking World War III in fucking Gaza anymore.
Snitches get stitches.
And then when they snitch on them, the Indonesians are going to come in, kick in the front door. They're going to drag them out in the fucking street, and they're going to shoot these motherfuckers.
No more fucking games, McHale.
So, like I said, you wanted to call it a fucking open-air prison before. Now we just hired fucking prison guards to sit in there 24/7, 365 for the next 50 years until you guys stop. And you say, oh,
it's a prison.
Hey, you dumbass.
Hamas
Offered from
shut
the
the
beginning.
fuck up, you stupid fucking faggot. Beaver, move him to the audience.
Was offered
move
from the
this.
beginning.
I stayed on mute, Beaver. So all I'm saying is,
be quiet.
I was doing a very good job of being quiet. Thank you. So all that's going to end up happening when he says, oh, Hamas never fucking lost. How did they not lose? Now they can't attack Israel. Now they can't cleanse the fucking land of the fucking Jews and take over and create a one-state fucking Palestinian fucking country. And even if they get a fucking two-state solution, it doesn't fucking matter. You're still going to have fucking forces and military that are sitting there that's going to be part of the deal, and they're going to guard you like fucking prison guards, making sure you guys don't have fucking contraband. And when you do, you're going to go to the fucking prisons, or they're going to fucking shoot you, and it's going to be fucking amazing. I'm glad to know that now Gaza is a fucking open-air prison.
So you think this is going to be settled?
Well, that's if they can keep their shit together and not fucking start lobbing rockets before Monday.
I just don't see how it's going to...
So even if they release all the hostages on Monday, and then on Tuesday, these forces haven't moved in, and they start lobbing rockets or do some type of fucking stupid shit, the deal's off. We get the hostages back. That's the best deal that could happen. Best deal is...
As soon as they get those hostages back, the Israelis are going to open up the artillery.
On Tuesday, and on fucking Tuesday afternoon, they're just back to fucking launching rockets and fighter jets into fucking Gaza.
The moment these Palestinians give up these hostages, lay down their arms, it's the end of their army. They're finished. There is no Palestine. There's no Gaza Strip.
Shut up, you fake J. Like,
all right, Miguel can go, then Kitover
yesterday.
Kitover's going to go after...
You're R1, and until you put out the DNA test, you're a fucking liar.
Sure, you're Steve.
Anyways, you're a liar. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. My great-grandmother is Jewish. I'm Jewish. What fucking retarded shit
probably
is
are.
that? Like, my maternal... No, dude, Jay and all that is a paternal lineage. So if your grandmother is the reason you're Jewish, then no way you have a paternal haplogroup. If you are from Western Europe, you are a fucking R1b most likely. And don't lie to people. It doesn't. Even if you're a J2, assuming that you're just fucking Armenian or Greek. Well, good job. You're not a Semite. Thank you. Now go look up J2 and go look up the paternal haplogroups common in Greece. Go look that up. Now shut the fuck up. You don't know shit. Anyways, now about international peacekeeping forces, you can go back to Yasser Arafat and Camp David and Taba and go see what were the requests of Yasser Arafat. If this was the deal that Israel wanted and this is the ideal dream, this could have been accepted a long time ago, early 2000s, even before. No, Israel does not want peacekeeping forces. Israel wants to get rid of the Palestinian demographic because there's something called the demographic threat. Because the Arabs till today represent 51% of the total population in the Palestinian Mandate, that is called a demographic threat. If no one knows what the demographic threat to Israel is, all you need to do is look it up, and you are going to see from Netanyahu all the way back to Rabin and even before, to Ben Gurion. And my quote, I have them quoted right on my PTI. These people, Palestinians are a demographic threat. Not only are they a demographic threat, but because they're surrounded, they're part of an Arab world, that makes the demographic even worse. So the Arab world can back up this demographic as they've done in this war. Egyptians prevented the Gazans from being ethnically cleansed because they know what the Israelis want, and they know as long as the Palestinians are within a border, the Israelis will eventually crumble because of the demographic threat. And the Israelis themselves know that. And so we all know they failed because they did not achieve the ethnic cleansing of Gaza. If they did, they would have practically got rid of the half of the Palestinian population, and we would be now below 30%.
All right, what do you think,
good for Israel?
That doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, Mikhail makes no sense. Okay, I'm going. Here we go. Here we go. Mute Mikhail. Here we go.
Kitover's been behaving, so he gets to speak.
Yeah.
And John, behave yourself and talk normal. Don't be like crazy, John.
Sure thing. Yeah, I'm sure these Israeli commandos are going to pull out their genetic testing and say, holy shit, Mikhail's right. I'm a J2. I'm not a J1. I guess I'm going to have to stop fighting. So Mikhail lives in an alternative reality. And whatever the final outcome is, it's not going to be good for Hamas. And when Mikhail says, we won, this faggot who repairs laptops in California, who claims he survived the Intifada in Gaza, is a fucking laptop repairman and a clown house Palestinian fucking expert about nothing. He talks about nothing. It's all delusional rambling. It's not accurate. And all I got to say is, I can't wait to build a condo in Gaza, on the Mediterranean, on some poor old bastard's land called Muhammad or whatever, Mahmoud or whatever the fuck his name is. He got no paperwork. He got no certificate to the land. And that condo, each unit.
You fucking retard. 6 views. You pathetic garbage. 70-year-old garbage. No life, no woman, no fucking. You're a fat John.
Move John down. You gotta move back down. Go ahead, John.
All right, you can finish. Kitover. So you're gonna buy a condo on some land of Al-Qud, Mahdi, or whatever.
I need to buy a condo too. Don't get me out of this. I need to buy a condo too.
All right,
Listen, I have a friend in Saudi Arabia who works for Emar Properties. They're the biggest developer. They've already told me that they've already figured out which plots of land they want to build on. It's all going down. These people got fucked because of October 7th and what these Hamas terrorist bastards did. They lost everything. They lost the Las Vegas of the Mediterranean. They could have had it all. They could have been Dubai. But instead they chose terrorism, death, destruction, anarchy, the killing and murder of innocent victims at Supernova. They threw their whole future down a toilet, flushed it, and said, man, who farted? This smells like shit.
All right, Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, so external populations cannot be a demographic threat. So if the Palestinians had their own country and their own space, so whatever Mikhail was saying is like bullshit. So if they have their own country, their own space, they can't be a demographic threat to a different population. Yes, external population, meaning they have their own, they are outside of Israel, the population of Israel. So even if there's a Palestinian state next to Israel that is not a demographic threat. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And anyway, blood and soil politics is basically Nazism, which is what Mikhail wants to promote.
What does Gaziism mean, bro? Obviously, children are being starved, children are being killed, and obviously Zionism is
been refuted.
It hasn't been refuted.
No, there's been a food shortage.
Why is it always
there's famine, bro.
There's a food shortage. We all agree with that. They're not getting 3 square meals a day plus fucking snacks. They're not going off like the United Nations fucking standards of having like fucking 3,000 calories a day. We all agree with that, but they're not starving. I mean, there's literally, bro, Vietnam. There's literally pictures of guys before the war started and guys after. The same guy who's put on like fucking 80 pounds. Like, it's crazy. In a fucking war-torn, famine country, people are fucking gaining weight.
No, but think about this. Whenever you speak, you have to give sources. Obviously, I can bring my own sources.
You want the images of before and like current?
Rich,
the same fucking guy.
Bring sources.
Put on like 60, 80 pounds. Dude's like fat as fuck now.
Number one, I'm not
2025.
Rich, these people.
What's that?
Where do all these reports come from, though, about starvation and?
Because so they're getting sufficient food to survive, but they're not getting getting what you and I, Beaver, are getting. They're not getting like fucking 18-ounce steaks and fucking potatoes and fucking bags of potato chips and candies and like breads and.
Okay, I hear you, Rich, but like, why are all these groups saying this? Like, where's this coming from?
A lot of them are funded by fucking left-leaning fucking anti-Semitic fucking organizations that are funded by fucking Muslims and Palestinian groups.
What do you think? Like a war is like a picnic or something? You think it's for a bunch of picnickers?
Yeah, nobody's saying it's like hunky-dory and they're like eating fucking cheeseburgers.
No, but it's okay if I speak. I can have a dialogue.
Yeah, go ahead, Phoebe.
Okay, so obviously he has no sources what he's saying. I can bring sources from the United Nations saying that these people are starving.
The United Nations.
It doesn't say starving. It says food shortage.
No, food shortage. Bro, it's a famine.
It says food shortage in the UN.
Famine. No, okay, bring sources and I'll bring sources.
United Nations when I was dying, that they weren't saying that my people were not dying. Give me a fucking break. Fuck the United Nations.
Also, you have to take into consideration, Beaver, hold on. Beaver, you have to take into consideration that when food does actually get in there, Hamas fucking takes it, and they put it down in the tunnels, and Hamas keeps it for themselves so they can fucking fund their soldiers. So they can feed all their soldiers. They don't give a fuck about the kids. The more kids that die, the better it looks on fucking TikTok.
Netanyahu bought his own militia, which was an ex-Palestinian drug dealer, who is paid by the Zionists.
Yeah, but Vietnam, what we're talking about? Vietnam.
This is what we're talking about. We're talking about distributing the food.
Vietnam. I'm just trying to ask you a question simply. How do you feel about the current? How do you feel about the current situation that's going to happen Monday?
I don't believe Netanyahu is going to be sincere.
No. I'm saying, how do you feel about it if it actually goes through?
If it goes through, I'm happier because I hope people.
You're better than Mikhail.
No. I hope that this still goes.
Mikhail thinks they won. He's been beat up so badly over his life. He thinks he's winning.
No, but let me finish, bro. Because obviously we're having a dialogue. Let's have the decorum. All grown men here. Obviously, what I'm trying to say is, if the deal goes through and the people in Gaza they stop being bombarded, they stop being starved, then there's no problem. Like obviously, it's not going to change the fact that these people have been going through a genocide. Genocide has still occurred.
There's no fucking genocide.
Why do you have to use the word genocide when it's just a war? He's not. Everybody thinks he's Indian.
You're Indian.
No, he's South Sudanese. He's South Sudan.
But Rich, true or false, the UN did say it was a genocide. Not that the UN really means anything, but did they say that?
The UN.
Well, yeah, but they also call Israel a terrorist.
The ICC. No, but think about this, yeah. This war was not about October 7th. It was not about the Jewish people being massacred. This is about Netanyahu saving his own house.
And you're British. Like,
brother, you live in Africa. You live in a mud hut. You get me? You have no.
Yeah, you're British.
Actually, hold on. Vietnam, actually, a Czech lives in Australia. He's South Sudanese. He lives in.
He don't even sound like he lives in Australia. He sounds like
he does. He lives in. Okay, you want to know? Oh, hold on. You want to know how he ended up in Australia? He was living in South Sudan. He was in a church, and Muslims blew up his church. and then he just air flighted to fucking Australia.
This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna blame him.
Exactly.
Obviously,
He didn't gain citizenship as a refugee or asylum.
Wait, is this true, H-Check?
Yeah.
Muslims blew up your...
It's 100% true.
Bullshit, man. Bullshit, propaganda.
Vietnam. The only reason I came to
He's
Australia-
Indian.
Shut the
He
fuck
sounds
up.
Indian. He doesn't even sound
South Sudanese.
Wait, let him talk.
I deliver jump to Monja, Matinit. Look, the only reason I
تخليها على
Australia
العربي.
because one day I was
تخليها على العربي.
قلت Matinit تطلب jump.
He can't speak Arabic, bro. He's bullshit.
No, he's speaking South Sudanese people.
All right, let him go. I have to
I'm
do that guy.
speaking Dinka. The only reason I came to Australia because I was in a church one day on a Sunday, and terrorists like this motherfucker that just left the room because he's Vietnam, whatever he calls himself. They blew up my church, and I woke up in hospital 3 weeks later, and then like another month later, I woke up in Australia. That's the only reason I woke up in Australia. That's it. I never wanted to come to Australia. I only came to Australia because these motherfuckers blew up my church. And thank God, I had a few injuries, like a few of my ribs are broken. They they fixed me up and everything else like that and blah, blah, blah. And I was raised in Australia. But it's because of Muslims that I'm in Australia. Without Muslims, I would still be in South Sudan. I'm in South Sudan today because obviously I'm a grown adult.
Check. Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
Check. Do you know any Sudanese or do you only speak South Sudanese dialect?
South Sudanese. I speak Dinka.
Okay, can you say something to Vietnam? Because he said he's Sudanese. He didn't believe you.
Can he speak Dinka?
I don't know if he can. Just say something to him. Cuss him out, whatever you want to do.
I took the jump in the teenage. Jump in, para paying the teenage.
Is your life better now in Australia? Isn't South Sudan, or which I get the two confused about, isn't one of them really bad off?
South Sudan is Christian. I'm a Christian.
South Sudan is Christian. It's a really bad country. We're independent in 2011, but I'm gonna fix my own country. I don't wanna be any pain to the Australian people. I love the people in Australia. They're such amazing people, the Aboriginals and the white Australian people here. But I want to fix my own country. You know what I mean? Be a band, guys. I want to do it. You know.
Well, that's very admirable. But your quality of what's it like though? Just comparing it back, up one day you're living in that country, and all of a sudden you're in a pretty decent country, Australia. Like, what's it like? Just the difference.
To be honest, it's pretty shit compared to Australia. Like, if you look at my PTR, that's my home that I'm building currently at the moment. But Australia is a much better country than South Sudan, obviously. And we have to fix it. I have to fix my country. I don't want my future son, to be a refugee or my daughter or anything else. I want to fix my country, even guys. I want to work my way up, you know. I want to make sure my house is good, and I want them to raise it.
Man, fix. Just put that house up for sale and stay in Australia. Call it a day. I think you struck it rich with that explosion.
Yeah, but I don't want to finish. Australia's not my country, you know. I love white Australian people. I love white people. All.
Just get yourself a good white Australian girl. Get a job. Fuck it.
You have to develop your own country. Why do you have to go to white men?
You have to develop your life. Don't worry about this thing called country.
Yeah. It's possible. I don't want to live in a white man's land. It's not my country. I want to live in
a white man's land. It's Aboriginal land.
But it's not my people, you know? I'm not white Australian and I'm not Aboriginal. Like, I don't have any stake to this land.
Some Muslim bastard in your country tried to kill you.
Have you been published in any major publications about your story? This is quite the story. Like, have you given an interview or any? No,
when I was in the military, I did, but they published it in the military. I can send it to you guys. My father is a Lieutenant General in the South Sudanese Armed Forces, but I want South Sudanese people to come back to South Sudan to rebuild our country. I don't want to go to white people's country and be like, yeah, like we deserve something when we don't. I want to build my own country. Like, it's not so hard. So when they say all of this bullshit, I think it's terrible. I want to build my country, Viva and John and stuff. Like, you guys in America, I mean, like, you white guys in America, whatever you came from, whatever, it's, what is it? It's an immigrant country, whatever. And you build it, but I want to build my own country. I want to build South Sudan. We built a few hospitals. We built 3 hospitals, and they're doing well. And we've deported almost every single Muslim in our country. We used to have about 24 mosques. Now we have about 3 mosques. Soon we're going to have about 0. We don't want any mosques in South Sudan. We don't want any halal bullshit or any other crap. We're getting rid of them. We're getting rid of them every single day. So last week we deported about 7,000 Muslims because they can go to the north. We don't want Islam in my country. If America wants that, you can have that. That's your own.
What's the biggest creature comfort, or just the big thing you're grateful the most in Australia that you didn't have in Sudan?
It's the public services, the hospitals and the schools and everything else like that. So that's what we're trying to build at the moment.
So if you break your arm, you can go get it taken care of, and you couldn't before. Like if you had an accident, you can be taken care of properly.
Look, if I had an accident or if I got cancer, obviously I can fly to Australia and get it treated for free.
No,
obviously.
he's saying if you just lived in South Sudan. He's doing a comparison between South Sudan. Like a person living in South Sudan, if they're in an accident, are they pretty much fucked if they have cancer?
Oh, it's a healthcare system. I want to fix the healthcare system. I want Africa to be...
Well, don't you know you got to do it like the U.S.?
He's asking how is it currently in South Sudan?
You need a central bank, I check. You got to build a Federal Reserve. I'm just telling them how to build the country. You got to borrow, spend, and tax your people into oblivion.
I check. The question is, how is the living conditions in South Sudan today? Like, I understand what you're talking about the future.
It's pretty shit. It's pretty shit. Like, to be honest with you, it sucks. Thanks to Elon Musk, we have, like Starlink and everything else like that. But we want to make our own countries and everything else like that. And we want to rebuild, The white people, they gave us a blueprint already, I mean, Israel was shit in the 70s and the 80s, and the 90s. America was shit in the early stages. We want to build our own countries. But right now, it sucks living here, to be honest. My wife, she loves me, and the only reason she stays is because she's in love with me. But I know she hates the country, and I know she want to go back to the Gold Coast and live in Australia and blah, blah, blah. But I tell her, like, look, I have a vision. We have to win, and we have to make everything great, It sucks currently, but something sucks in life. But it does get better, guys, So I do want to make my country great. I don't want to escape and just be like, yeah, I live in this country and blah, blah, blah. But I do want her to see that, yeah, we can make a country pretty good. So we're going to work together, and hopefully it works out together.
How do you know your wife loves you?
Because she's still here with me, or she would have divorced me. If she hated us, she would have divorced me. She would have left. She's an Australian citizen,
I'm just sure.
Is she white or black?
Oh, she's black.
Oh, okay. Well, at least she could blend
She
in
left
a little
Australia to go to Sudan. I think that would count.
Yeah, she left Australia to go to South Sudan with me. Her name is Quay.
What country is her family from?
I checked. Oh, South Sudan.
Oh, she's South Sudanese. Okay.
Yeah. She's from the same country as I am, and
Wait, did you know her? Did you know her before the accident, or no? Or did you meet her in Australia? Like, were you guys married in?
I met her in Australia when I was 26.
Okay.
I'm now 30 years of age, and then we got married at 28. Just the normal.
When did you leave South Sudan? Like, when was the accident?
We left 2 years ago, but I.
No, I'm saying the accident. How long ago was the accident?
No, that's when I was a kid. That's why.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like 20 years old or something. You're already married.
No. That's when I was a kid. Yeah, they took me when I was a kid because I was injured, in the bombing, so I didn't wake up and stuff. But
if you don't mind me asking, what was like some of the extent, if you feel comfortable, like
like nerve sensations, like a lot of my left hand I can't feel. I have problems with memory and recollection until I was about like 16 years of age. I had shrapnels in my bones, everything else. I had 2 bullet wounds on my chest, it was horrible. So, and Australia, they took me in, and I grew up here, which is a very good life to grow up in. And then after that, you find your people, you know what I mean? So, I think it's a good thing, but it was a horrible, horrible thing. I remember waking up and I'm thinking I'm dead, and then you wake up and you don't know where you are, but yeah, these are really, really good people. So what we about? Yeah.
What were those kids? Was it Sudan? The Lost Boys of Sudan? I went to college with a kid that had bullets.
Yeah, Sudan. Yeah.
He was showing me where he had to fight in a civil war and like all these bullet scars on his legs.
So a check. Were your parents okay, or did they survive, or were they there?
So my dad has 6 wives now, and he's a lieutenant general in the armed forces of South Sudan. He's third in command of the South Sudanese armed forces. But the Lost Boys were the generation before me. I went there late into the war when we had to fight, to gain the country independence. But we went there a bit later. But my father and my mother, in the South Sudanese culture, we don't have one wife. I'm sure Beaver, Zeus, and you guys all have one wife. We don't have one wife. We're a polygamous country. So I have about 19, it's about to be 20 half brothers and sisters and real brothers and sisters, which are biologically connected to me. So I have to look after them too. But yeah, that's the reason. And but we got here too because in 1964, the state of Israel under Moshe Dayan, he said he would help he would help South Sudan. We wanted to call our country Kush, but Barack Hussein Obama told us not to do it. So he blocked us from doing that in July 9th in 2011. But one of the main reasons we got independence is because the Israelis, they helped us. So if you ever go to South Sudan and stuff and you see South Sudanese, about 95% of South Sudanese, all of us, we're all proud Zionists. And we're all pro-American for an obvious reason. But yeah, that's the reason.
So does it make sense, Beaver, why he's so passionate and why he hates the Muslims so much? Because they try to kill him.
If they bomb, without a doubt. I'm sure he's going to feel a certain way.
They tried to kill me, and the Israelis and stuff, they came there, and they helped our people. Obviously, we're proud Zionists, and we're proud of the state of Israel, and we hope Israel always wins. And these people, many people don't even understand what they did to other people. October 7, look what they did. They went to a music festival, and they shot kids. They shot young adults. They killed people for no absolute fucking reason. And I was shocked at the whole world because I said this in 2015. When Germany invited 1 million Muslims into Germany under Angela Merkel, they invited 1 million anti-Semites. That's what they did. In South Sudan, I just think like what happened in Europe, I'm so thankful for the IDF. I'm thankful for the United States of America and I'm thankful for a lot of people staying firm. Because the last 2 years, I've lost so many friends that I thought we were my friends forever. Because they asked me, are you a Zionist? And I'm like, yes. And they're like, fuck you. I don't even want to talk to you. And you know what I told them? I'm like, you know what? You have a good life. These people are horrible people. They hate people. And they just said the most horrible thing. I'm so glad the Israelis have survived this and the war's coming to an end. And I'm so thankful for American and people like that, because it was easy. They always ask you, what would you do in the 1930s? And I'm like, I'm going to die with my Jewish friends. These same people literally wrote me so many long messages. I can read it to you if you guys want. I can even screenshot it for you. But these people, they hate Jews so much. And I didn't even understand in Australia. And I said, what the fuck is going on? You know? And it's horrible. But as a South Sudanese person, I will always be a proud supporter of the state of Israel. I will always love my Jewish friends. I will always love the United States of America. I will always hate anti-Zionist people. And I will always, always, always hate pro-terrorist Palestinian people. Because these are people that are worth supporting. It's true.
Do you have any friends that are Muslim?
Pardon?
Do you have any friends that are Muslim?
Absolutely not. We deported all of them. We deported every single one of them.
No, he's saying in your personal life, do you have any Muslim friends?
Oh, of course I do. But they're the ones that are pro-Zionist Muslims, of course, and pro-South Sudanese Muslims. Yes, I do have Muslim friends. And a lot of them have renounced their faith and everything else like that. Look, my problem is not with Islam. You can bring people in from Saudi Arabia, the UAE, other countries, and they can be very, very good people. The problem comes in is when you bring people from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and those retarded countries, that's when you have problems. Don't bring in people from Pakistan. Look what they've done to the United Kingdom. I went to London 3 years ago, and it actually looked like Islamabad. Literally. They traded in London. That's when I said, you know, the sun has truly set on the United Kingdom. It's horrible what these people do. Don't trade in a weekend kebab at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night for a bunch of moralistic things. But yeah, of course I do have Muslims. I tell them straight up, I want nothing to do with Islam, and I want nothing to do with Muhammad. And I've told them every single day and every single time they ask me, I always tell them, to me, Muhammad is a pedophile, he's a sex offender, and he has no business being in the European countries or any other country. I don't give a shit about what they have to say. I don't want to live in a Muslim country. They don't either. So I don't give a shit what they have to tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. People ask me all the time, bro, why didn't you go to fucking Dubai? Why didn't you go to fucking Indonesia, Malaysia when you were over in Asia? And you lived there for 3.5 years. And I'm like, because I didn't want to be around fucking Muslims. Like, I know how they are. You know, the Emiratis are a little different and shit. I mean, they're a lot more progressive for the most part. You know, they're not as radical and fucking extremists. Most of them aren't. But, like, fucking Jakarta, Indonesia, while I was there living in Singapore, was having fucking Sharia law in Jakarta, Indonesia. Where they're going around with fucking sticks beating the shit out of fucking men and women that are like 18, 19 years old just holding hands. Like, they were beating the shit out of them. They were beating the shit out of girls who weren't wearing hijab or niqab. I mean, like, I don't want to be around those fucking terrorists. I mean, I also, you know, people are like, oh, you're Islamophobic. No, I also don't want to be in fucking southern fucking Kentucky and Appalachians with a bunch of fucking hillbillies. I don't want to be in the south side of fucking Chicago either. Like, I just find that fucking behavior abhorrent and disgusting. Like, I agree. If we could move every fucking Muslim out of this fucking country and make the country safer, then I'd do it.
It's 100%
Even if there's nice ones, I don't give a fuck. You know, you can't trust these fucking animals.
Yeah, but you don't really call animals, do you? You don't think all Muslims are bad people.
So here's the way I defined it. If a person truly were to practice Christianity, they would be just like Jesus, and they would be the most loving, caring, peaceful person on earth, and they would love everybody, including their enemies. If everybody truly followed Islam to the letter of the law, they would all be fucking ISIS fighters. So, like, when people say, "Oh, well, there's plenty of nice Muslims," you know, like, you'll have these people come up on stage and be like, "Oh, I have a friend, and he's like the nicest Muslim guy ever," and it's like, yeah, because he doesn't actually practice his fucking Sunnah of Islam. He doesn't practice where it says that if you fucking eat or befriend any of the fucking kafirs, the fucking Jews and the Christians, you're as guilty as them. You're
We have that in Christianity too. We have different branches, don't we? Where some people don't cut their hair. Some people like.
Here's the thing, Beaver. Can you show me from Christianity in the New Testament that any of the fucking Crusades or any of that shit was justified? So when people say, "Oh, well, look at the Crusades and the Inquisition, and look at Westboro Baptist Church, and look at all these bad Christians that did all these bad things," and I'm like, show me the justification in the New Testament after Christ came, where Christ came with the new covenant, where he came with the new law. None of this shit would be justified. You know, going around lopping people's heads off because they don't become Christian is not justified. But I can show you in the Sunnah of Islam where it does say the same exact thing to do this. That's what I'm saying. Like, the truest of a Christian would be like Jesus, which even you, I think you're like atheist or agnostic or whatever.
I just think religion is silly. I mean,
yeah, okay. So, like, but you can agree, and even like any vehement, hardcore, diehard, radical atheist will tell you, well, Jesus was a cool dude. Like, if everybody acted like it was a true Christian, they would be like Jesus, and the world would be a fucking utopia. But the reality is, if everybody was like Muhammad, it would be like fucking ISIS in Syria, or be like the Bachabazi boy fucking, you know, Taliban in fucking Afghanistan. It would be like fucking Melissa's fucking terrorist boyfriend down there, you know, down in the audience who fucking supports fucking Hezbollah. You know, like all these pieces of shit. If they actually practice Islam, they would be terrorists. That's what I'm saying. And there's justification in their fucking, in their shit. I mean, the worst you could show me, hold on, real quick, last thing, real quick, check, I just thought about something. The worst thing that you could show in Christianity is twofold. First thing is where Jesus says, if you find someone who doesn't believe me and stuff like that, bring them and put them at my feet. Jesus says, I will strike them down. So if Jesus is God, God has the authority to strike down anybody he wants. And then the second thing that people could point to, like violence or something in the New Testament, would be in the end times where God comes back and pours his wrath upon the earth. But that's not the same as in the Quran, where the Quran says that Allah will make all the Muslims go and slaughter all the Jews and Christians, and even the rocks will come alive and say, "Oh, servant of Allah, there's a Jew here hiding behind me, come and kill them." Like, this is God, their God, who doesn't have the actual power and authority to, like, fucking kill everybody, has to force everybody to fucking do it. And then instructs them, even before I come, go ahead and make sure you kill all these Jews and Christians before I show up.
Yeah, but only the radical Muslims believe in these.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you find a Muslima, you know, wearing a hijab at fucking Starbucks, it's like, oh, pro-LGBT rights, and I think Jesus is amazing, and I love Christians and Jews. Like, I don't have a problem with her. But I have the problem when somebody says, oh, I'm a very strong believer of Islam and stuff like that, and they're out doing dawah. I know that guy deep in his heart wants to fucking pick up a gun and go to fucking Syria and fucking persecute people and cut their fucking heads off. Like, every one of these guys, when you get in, like, deep conversations with, like, people like Mikhail and shit, they want to exterminate the entire fucking world of every Jew, Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, and everybody that doesn't believe in Allah. That's what I'm talking about. So if everybody practices Islam, they'd all be terrorists.
You know what I find the most ridiculous? It's like these people, like, even if you have 10% of them find a different thing. When I was a commander in the South Sudanese Armed Forces, you know, when we would like rescue like a village or anything else like that, we would find these women, and you want to know what the women did when we rescued them? They with cheated us with AK-47, and I'm like, who are these people? These are terrible people, you know? I'm sure the IDF went through that in Gaza and everything else like that. So these same women that you think, yeah, they're so peaceful and everything else like that, they're the ones taking their kids to blow themselves up. They're the ones taking their kids to make suicide bombs. They're the ones taking their kids to do ABMC. It's a horrible thing that's going on. And I think we should recognize this before it comes to the United States of America. And it already came there. Look at 9/11. You should learn a lesson, half a lesson from 9/11. These people are just horrible, horrible people. And I don't think you want Islam in the United States of America. I don't think you do. Because the second you get Islam, you get terrorism, you get child mutilation, you get FGM. And I met over 25,000 women, Eva, that had FGM committed on them. And you know what they said? This is an Islamic practice. This is what you do. And the gynecologists, the women gynecologists that we had, they were like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And this is what you're dealing with, Eva. And this is why in the United...
one thing I was gonna say, Bieber, is if you actually look at like the Western Allied countries, when like people what they call revert back to Islam, when they convert to Islam, when they convert to Islam, these fucking white guys in like UK and Ireland and the United States and shit, and they're like, why is there so many of these guys that are like getting on planes and flying to Syria to go and fucking, you know, fight for ISIS and fucking like knock people's heads off and like burn people in cages and shit? And they're like, this is crazy. And it's like, no, it's not crazy. Because a guy who grew up in fucking Florida, who grew up in a fucking Sunni Muslim house, has had his mom and his dad and his grandma and all his friends and shit going, well, yes, it does actually say that in the Quran, but that's not what it means. It doesn't actually mean to go and like slaughter the disbelievers, and you know that's Allah's decision, and Allah's going to do that. And they like whitewash fucking Islam the same way Christians do, where Christians will be like, oh, it's totally fine to have like a gay pastor, and like you can be gay and be part of our congregation. It's like, no, like what the hell are you talking about? But they do the same thing in the Western countries, and these kids grow up here and they're like, oh, these Muslims are like really progressive and shit for the most part. But then you have a white kid who's like kind of lost and he doesn't know anything about religion, and maybe he grew up atheist or in like a Christian household that was broken or something, or didn't really believe. And then he opens up the Quran and he starts reading the Quran and Hadith, and he's like, oh, if I'm going to do this, it tells me that I should start killing everybody. They're like, it just makes sense to them because they're coming from an outside perspective, just like you and I would. If you and I read that it says, hey, a woman who buries her newborn baby alive, the mother and the baby both go to hell, you'd be like, oh, okay, that's Allah saying that he sent a newborn baby to hell. But then they run to their imams and shit, and their sheikhs, and they're like, what's this mean? And the sheikh's like, oh, well, it doesn't technically mean that. Anything that contradicts the Quran, we just like throw that out. We don't actually agree with it. Even if it's, well, they're like, well, what if it's Sahih? And they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter because it contradicts the Quran. So they like throw it out. But somebody who's looking at it objectively and like from an outside perspective is like, yeah, it says we should go and kill anybody who does not believe in Allah, or kill the polytheists where you find them. Like, that makes sense.
What's your beef with Melissa, though? Since I've been on Clubhouse,
she's a Sicilian chick from Chilism who's a big-time anti-Zionist who hates Jews. Her boyfriend's a Lebanese fucking Hezbollah fucking supporting terrorist piece of shit.
I've always known her to be level-headed and respectful. Like, I never knew her to be any type of, like, radical or anything.
Oh, you had to spend enough time with her in Chilism.
Wait a second. Her boyfriend's page did not blow up. Shame on you, Israel.
I know, exactly.
The page should have blown up. It should have blown up his dick. The motherfucking Kasumkum. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I guess she's like Catholic or some shit like that, but her boyfriend's like Muslim, but he's like a big fucking pro-Pallywood fucking supporter and all this kind of shit. He's like Lebanese or something. I don't know if she's still with that guy or not.
I'd be shocked
That was back in the day.
She'll
come up, Beaver, if you bring her up right now, she'll tell you that she doesn't hate the Jews, but she hates the Zionist state and the IDF and Israel and the genocide that's going on in Gaza, blah, blah. But then if you push her... But then, hold on a check. But then if you push her hard enough and shit, she starts going into all the secret fucking conspiracies about how the Jews are orchestrating all this shit and stuff, and how they're trying to fucking.
That wouldn't make her. There's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people that are having doubts. It doesn't make them hate Jews, though.
Oh, just spend enough time with her. That's what I'm just saying.
Well, I've never noticed anything like that.
I've been around her for. She hasn't been in chillism for a while because we kind of fucking called a dog walker. But yeah, back in the day, she was a fucking hardcore fucking psycho. She seems really nice, and other than that, she's a nice girl and shit. But you know, she's one of the prettiest, ugliest people you'll ever meet in your life.
What do you mean she's pretty? She's terrible.
No, I'm saying she's an attractive lady, but she's a fucking horrible human being. That's what I'm saying. Which makes her fucking disgusting.
Okay, thank you.
She's pretty outside, ugly inside. That makes sense. That check. Midas, what shape is the Earth? What shape is the Earth, Midas? Midas. It's a container. It's a bowl, right?
Yeah. So, right. Well,
is there an ice wall, Midas?
Define a container of Earth that has 75% water on the surface.
Beaver, are you ready for this?
Oh my God! Is this really hard?
Yeah, Midas believes in reptilians that live under the crust of the earth.
How do you know all this about people?
I really fucking get. My dad has an eidetic memory. I call it a selective photographic memory, so I can't tell you what my life's. Hold on, Midas, shut your mouth. Yeah. Go back to preservation of the human race, Midas.
You just lied about my parents.
So here's the thing: do you believe in reptilians, Midas? Midas, do you believe in the reptilians? Do you believe in the Galactic Federation of Aliens?
No, I do not. I don't believe in.
Do you believe in interdimensional beings? Do you believe in interdimensional beings called clock elves?
Why are you trying? No, I do not.
Yeah,
why are you trying to
lie section? Now you just fucking lied.
Why are you trying to straw man my
You went through the whole reptilians and shit.
Well,
You've also went through the Galactic Federation of Aliens.
I never said that.
Yeah, you did. You went through it in the preservation of the human race with fucking dipshit. What's his name?
To get to a conversation. I mean,
all right. So Beaver, I can't tell you what my license plate is, but I can tell you greetings in 64 different languages. I can tell you like the circumference of the Earth, speed of light, all that kind of shit. Like, if I'm interested in it, I never forget it.
Wait, you just attacked a Catholic. Everything that you stated that she.
Midas, you're not even a Christian.
Well, yeah, let Midas speak though.
Yeah, go ahead, Midas, with your lies.
Everything that he stated that was supposed to be a conspiracy theory were things that rabbis and Netanyahu brag about openly. So why is it that we as Christians can't look at the Zionist plot and the Israelis and how they're using
you dirty Unitarian, you.
IA Plus History Month is Aaron Knoblik, Rocky Mountain High School teacher and GS.
There's no Zionist plot. You people are so retarded. You keep thinking.
Yeah, but he also believes Earth is flat. A check.
Wait, I want to hear Melissa speak.
So retarded.
I think she's hesitant though because
she won't come up.
All over her.
She's a coward. She won't come up.
No, she's not. I've heard her speak before.
Why is it that when I spoke, you didn't want to respond to it? Netanyahu and all the rabbis bragged about it. He's calling it Netanyahu. Bro, we heard Netanyahu. Bro, we just saw them trying to get money out of it by a COVID fraud. Who owns Pfizer?
Stop talking about Netanyahu. It doesn't matter.
I have to talk over you because you know him true. You know him.
It doesn't mean anything, but you just keep talking and talking and talking and talking.
The Jews in Israel.
That doesn't mean anything, bro.
Stated that he's using America.
We're tired of you.
Midas, real quick question. Hold on, a check, real quick. Midas, honest answer. Do you believe that they're in reptilian people?
Can you show me why is it conspiracy?
Do you believe in reptilians? Do you believe in reptilians, Midas?
No, I do. I'm a Christian.
Yeah,
So
you
I asked,
lying sack of shit.
is it a conspiracy? No, I'm not. You are.
You went in the last room, Midas, talking about the reptilians when I brought it up. Yes, you did. You said that there's reptilians, and you believe. Okay, you also believe that there's fucking. Hold on.
I can't get past this. Let me just bring you guys back up. I gotta hear from Melissa. This is crazy. Alright, Melissa, come up here and... I don't believe this about Melissa. This can't be true. Alright, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, Bieber, I don't have time for this. Rich likes to make a lot of baseless claims with no evidence. He's saying all these things because I simply don't support Zionism. I simply don't support what Israel is doing. I don't support the genocide. And because of that, Rich has to lash out, very autistic, lots of ADHD going on, and he can't help himself. So it's not just me. He does this to anybody who he deems as unsupportive of Zionism or has anything negative to say about it. And once he learns, anything possibly about your life, he decides to use it against you and make up things about you that are not true and stretch things to a point that are not real, right? Like, so saying I'm dating a terrorist. There's absolutely no evidence of this whatsoever. Rich just makes this up. If he could provide the evidence, I'd actually love to see it, but he can't. Saying that, like other things about me hating Jews. Where's the evidence? Please provide a recording. Please provide a chat. Please provide a message. Anything. Back channel. Anything. Saying I hate Jews, and I've spouted anything saying I hate Jews. I have no problem with Jews. I don't support Zionism. I don't even hate Zionists. I think that they're brainwashed and disturbed. But I don't hate them as people. I just don't support genocide. And he can't fathom that. So this is what you get from genocide supporting Zionists. And that's all. And he's obsessed. Every time I come into a room, I'm in the audience. He has something to say. I don't even speak, Beaver. I left Chillism because you know how it is. It's like 16 people talking at the same time. Samoa had a bet that he lost, and he talked about it for 5 days straight, and it was annoying. And I just got tired of it, so I just kind of started moving around to other rooms. Has absolutely no bearing on me not coming back to the room. Nobody dog walked me. I was a moderator in the space. It's ridiculous. Rich is the one that gets dog walked all the time because he won't stop talking and interrupting people, and he gets moved down constantly. So this is just his frustration that he doesn't get as much respect as he wishes he could, being someone who supports genocide. So that's all I really have to say.
It's just a disagreement on facts. Like you say it's genocide, they say it's not. But then just because you disagree, they call you a Jew hater. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, he has no evidence. I would love for him to share a recording, a chat, a screenshot, anything. He doesn't have anything.
Because usually I'm a good read on people, and I didn't what they were saying. I'm like, what? Did she go to a cult or something and get brainwashed? Like, I don't remember you being that way.
I just don't support Zionism or genocide, and you can't stand that. So.
Well, I've learned from Clubhouse Zionism, it just means that Israel deserves a place or deserves to exist. Like, which I don't really have a problem with. I don't care, but
what is Zionism?
I don't think that you hate Jews, but more than a few people were saying it. But I've heard people say that to other people.
I don't have any problem with Jews, and he can't provide any evidence that I do. So he can keep spouting baseless accusations. And for the racist Elmo in the chat, I hope people talk about your people the way you talk about mine. Disgusting.
Jesus. She's pissed because her Muslim boyfriend. What the hell?
Yeah, you can see that this is just hate. They know absolutely nothing about my life. Like, this Elmo guy is clearly just deranged and a complete racist. So I don't know why you would take them seriously.
Beaver, what do you think now that she spoke? My opinion hasn't changed on her.
If you notice, all the people that are raging are all the ones that support genocide. So, take that for what you
Does
want.
anyone take Melissa
John,
seriously?
you have like 16 or 60 phones reporting rooms 24/7, like a weirdo.
You have bad
Landlord
opinions.
that has a job and takes money from the VA for disability. So
Which aren't
I don't
facts.
know why you're talking.
Is your new boyfriend why people are hating on you now? Is that what this all
Bad
changed?
opinions aren't facts, and you're a moron.
Basically, like, people heard that I was in a relationship with someone who was of a different religion.
Muslim.
And then made up a lot of crazy, baseless accusations and claims that had absolutely no evidence, no base. They just, it's like if I were to say, I don't know, so if you were to
She
say that
no
you're dating a
longer
Hindu,
dates an
I don't know, all of a sudden you're
Islamist.
going to get a bunch of crazy stereotypes and claims and accusations or people who hate Hindus. That's basically what happened.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming up. I guess I'll bring Rich back up.
Yeah, I'm going to go down.
Oh,
Israel is bad. Zionism are bad, and genocide is a fact.
She can, I don't think.
Abby, come on up. You can tell them about all the dirty shit that Melissa said.
From what she just said, Rich, I don't see a problem with anything she just said.
Oh, no, on the surface, she seems fine. And I used to get along with Melissa. I never had any problems with her until, like, October 7th. And then the pagers happened in fucking Lebanon, where they blew all that shit up. And she started saying that they're a bunch of fucking terrorist piece of shits for blowing pagers up on fucking Hezbollah, fucking terrorist group. Oh, wow. They attacked terrorists who were fucking firing rockets at them. Like, oh no, that's so fucking bad of fucking Israel to attack their fucking enemy.
Hi.
To defeat Darren LaHood in the 16th
What is this?
We're running in the 6th for you. 16th district to crush.
How's it going?
Good.
Oh, I got a 7-day at Venice.
Yes. I hope you don't have a problem with us SDA people.
We've already talked about this lady. I remember you now.
Wait, what is this?
We talked about Ellen G. White, how she was wrong with all her predictions. You swore it down she wasn't. Even though she died a liar and a false prophet. Their prophet came along and she's like, oh, World War I, it's going to be when Jesus is going to come back. And then she's like, on this date, Jesus is going to come back. And then it never happened. Then she changed the date and she's like, oh, I must have misheard the spirits. And then she gave another date and another date and another date. And then finally, like on the 6th time, she finally gave her final date. Then she dropped dead and it never happened. It's an occult. They're wannabe Jehovah's Witnesses. Midas is a Unitarian heretic.
I'm a Seventh-day Adventist.
Ali Khan, we've already talked, bro. We've already talked about all this. I've already berated you and harangued you about Ellen G. White. I don't want to go through it again.
I love SDA.
Well, Christianity.
Yeah, how many times did Ellen G. White say that Jesus was going to come back? Back in like the 1920s, 1930s.
So this is the thing. Chabad Lubavitch, their leader, their founder, he had to change his position. He stated that Jesus Christ was real and that the Jews were wrong. Do you condemn them in the same way that you condemn Ellen G. White? Because there's many Chabad Lubavitch today who don't follow the leader, Rebbe. He actually stated.
Hey, Midas, we've already had this conversation. I'm not a rabbinic Jew. So what's your point?
Other Jews.
I would wipe my ass with the Talmud.
Right. I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist.
Yeah. I would wipe my ass with the Talmud.
So they're just Talmudic?
I disagree with Talmudic Jews. Rabbinic Jews, I disagree with them because they reject Jesus. What's your point?
Attack me. Or trying to come.
No, you're a Unitarian heretic crazy person who believes the earth is flat. You don't believe in thermonuclear weapons.
Adventist. Long live Seventh-day Adventist.
Yes, Ellen G. White died a liar.
I can't take anybody seriously that thinks the earth is flat. I just can't do it.
Oh, he doesn't believe in nuclear bombs. He thinks the earth is flat. He believes in the reptilian people and the secret cabal of Jews orchestrating global events and Like they like he believes in what is it where they like suck the blood or the plasma or something? Midas. What is it that that the Jews live on? They live on some type of like juice that they drink or something.
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. Yeah, the adrenochrome shit.
I mean, this guy's showing himself.
Told you.
You're such a loser at this, right? On basic conversation, trying to straw man my position.
Midas gets kicked out of every room except for preservation of the human race.
Is it a fact or no that the Jews have been bragging about?
Midas, do you think that COVID was engineered by the Jews?
Fake. It was a television virus, and the vaccine was real, and that caused many deaths. We're at 300% morbidity rate right now. Everything I say could be referenced. See, this is the difference between me and you. I have basic logic. You have none.
Okay, I have basic logic, and I don't see how anybody logical could think that the Earth was not pretty much a sphere.
What is gravity, Midas? Is it density?
Let me engage Bieber in this conversation.
Midas is gravity density.
Let me engage Bieber.
Let me give it a shot.
Yeah, he thinks gravity is density.
Bieber has basic logic. By basic logic, Bieber, how can we have liquid on the top and the bottom of the surface on the outside?
Because it's, what do you mean? So how do we have liquid at the North and South Pole? Is that what you asked?
Objects by the laws of physics and chemistry today that we know. Let's say you have a ball, a basketball. You put some water on it, and the water stays on the top and the bottom of the ball, and you can add water to it. How can you have that?
The Earth's rotating at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. What are you talking about?
I don't understand. The basketball doesn't have enough density to...
It doesn't have enough mass.
Mass to attract other objects. The Earth does.
Yeah, it's not spinning. It doesn't have enough mass. It's not spinning at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. It's not traveling through space at tens or hundreds of thousands of miles an hour, whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't have a giant fucking star that it rotates around. It doesn't have a fucking moon rotating around it that creates a gravitational pull, which causes tides. Like,
I don't think I don't think it's fully understood yet.
No, but he thinks it's density. He also thinks that the stars that are up in the sky are satellites. They're just lights up in the sky that are hung. Who originally put up Midas?
All right, let's go back to let's not over. Yeah, okay. So
I'm not trying to. I'm trying to ask the question, Beaver. Who put the lights up in the sky that are hung, the satellites that we call stars? Who put those there? Answer that.
This is an interesting thing. Well, I mean, you can have a weather balloon and it has a light on it, and that would be considered a satellite.
That's the stars.
Depending on how high it goes into the stratosphere. But when we go into this concept of the round Earth and the physics, you're telling me that the physics and the chemistry for the concept of round Earth has to be found outside of Earth or only due to the mass of Earth. We can't replicate it. We can't experiment it. We can't show it. Nothing like that, right?
Go ahead, Beaver. That's for you. You wanted to do this.
We can't replicate a ball of this size spinning this fast. I would say we probably can't replicate that at the moment because of how big the mass is. We don't. I mean, but if we could start from the other end and say, if it's flat, where's the edge? Has anybody been to the edge? And then how did we launch?
It's an ice wall. It's an ice wall at the outer edge.
How did we launch stuff in orbit and then look back down and see the Earth?
We never did.
Well, then how do we have GPS?
You can't actually
How are we
exit.
talking to each other right now?
Beaver, you can't actually exit the Earth. There's a dome on top of it, and nobody can get out past that.
Okay.
And stars that you see in sky are weather balloon satellites that they send up at nighttime. The governments do. And they send them up and they project out lights. That's what the stars are. They're called satellites.
Then how did the people like Aristotle and them figure out that we were they were able
He
to...
never did.
Okay.
It's all a Jewish lie.
Okay, so then with all these cameras we have on our phones, how come no one's
Physics
taking a photo
doesn't
of the
exist,
edge?
Beaver.
Are we getting away from the fact? Wait, are we getting away from the? You said we can't replicate the Earth, right? We can't have another mass this big.
Hell no,
That's your
Abby.
argument. We have 9 planets.
Hell
Each
no,
one has
Abby.
liquid water on its surface
Hell
to show
no,
us how the
Abby.
Earth works.
He'd been to the gas station.
Liquid water on it. That's been discovered at this point. Could be wrong. I think maybe
They don't have liquid water. So the other ones aren't planets.
Well, there's frozen rivers underneath the surface of Mars.
He'd been to the gas station and Walmart.
Not that we know.
The thing is speculation. Nobody's ever been there to prove that they were frozen.
Because nobody can get out there, right, Midas?
We can't.
Midas, can you get to space?
We're saying that we have 9 planets.
Midas, I'm asking a question. Can you get to space?
Like Earth.